What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy EthioFX. We back at it with another live stream. Um, I'm currently in this right now. I'm gonna show you guys kind of the reasoning I got in. This is the Dow Jones. This is just a short term. Overall, right now, I kind of am still bearish, which I want price to kind of come lower, but I'm already break even on this trade. I've already secured profits up into here. Um, so if you guys want to know, I'm up 30 points. At one point, I was up a little more. I had multiple positions open, so it played out pretty nice for me. So right now, I really don't care what price is gonna do. The back of my head, I kind of feel like price is gonna pull back down and kind of stop this whole trading range out for the day. Um, but yeah, I just kind of what I was seeing when I came to the charts um, earlier. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go back to right here. So this would be price action, right? This is price action that. Alright, mind you, this is on a 5 minute, so this is on a smaller time frame, but the US 30, Dow Jones, whatever you want to call it, um, you have to be on a lower time frame to be able to really understand price action, because how fast it moves. It can move 300 points. That's a lot of points. But it can move rapidly in a couple minutes, or you could get 50 points in 30 seconds. So with Dow Jones, you really want to be on a lower time frame. Obviously, understand the higher time frame consensus of your bias and where you want the market to go to. But at the end of the day, trading is a game of probabilities, and trading is a game that we take risk, but we have to understand how much risk we're taking to suffice the reward that we're seeking to obtain. Um, but this is a Forex 101 basics of support and resistance. But I just wanted to show you quickly, very quick, of how you could have capitalized on this move. But see right here, this is where price opened at after the weekend. Right here. 24th going into the 26th. So this was last week, and this is this week's price action. Last week you can see we kind of closed low, right? And then this was market open. We pushed down very heavy, pretty much opened with the gap down, but price very rapidly as the market opened on Sunday. We closed above this last previous lower high, right? So when price is making a downtrend, it makes lower lows and lower highs. So lower low, lower high, and price came and broke this structure here, and then on top of that, on the 1 hour on a bigger time frame, we did later down here that I'll show you guys, we did close. But in my mind, I said, okay, we closed above, but we did close below this last lower high up as well here, so we're still technically bearish. So I was waiting on the counter trend, right? So the counter trend would be just the reverse, because like we've talked in my other videos, price moves three ways. It moves sideways, it moves in an uptrend, or it moves in a downtrend, or you could say uptrend, sideways, downtrend, whatever makes it easy for you. But there's only three ways you can look at the market. So, and you can make money in all three different ways, but it's just depending on your level of skill and where you want to enter the market at, what makes sense for you. I'm just teaching you what makes sense for me. So getting back to it, I saw price is just making its way back down, kind of stuck in this range. And for me, what we've always talked about is session timing. So within here, coming into this right here, as soon as it hit this low right here, I was already my point of interest that I was looking at for price to pull back first already, because I saw this imbalance. Price rapidly left this area after this big move down and then expansion to the upside. But this is a price gap, you could say, where buyers entered the market very quickly and pushed price up, and we broke this structure. but it never gave sellers any time to, fulfill their orders or close out anything. So price will always come back for you, like I've said in previous videos, and price came back. I didn't enter here. This was London open. For me, Sunday going into Monday isn't really a trading time for me. I like the markets are really just waking up, you could say. They're just setting up. So this was something I saw, just lined up with the fib level, everything that, I really want. But I just really wasn't looking for buys at the moment because I was still on a short-term retracement for the counter trend, just a short-term move down. But later you can see throughout London session what happened. We kind of just ranged in here. We did break this structure in here, right? So this was another confirmation that I kind of saw when I woke up to the charts for New York session, right? If you want to drag it all the way across, right? And what do you have here? You have equal highs. So everybody, all retail traders right now, they're thinking, okay, I'm selling it, right? Price is giving them that. This is support and resistance right now. So this is how they get you. I'm not going to say how they get you, but 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. You think this is a solid resistance, so price can't go up any further, right? Correct. Price didn't go up any further every time. Came down, came down, came down. But if you look, we never closed. Did I not click it? Oh, okay. Sorry, my computer's just lagging. We never actually closed candle body wise, these candles, we never closed below here. So to me, that still shows that we're still bullish because we have broke this and we broke this last week's structure. So we broke one structure and 2 structures, right? And we haven't broke this last higher low on this uptrend, right? Because we broke structure, came back, tested this area, right? Because they've already mitigated here. They tested, came up, tested here, came up, right? Price just bounces. You just got to know or understand where price is going to keep bouncing at. All right. So now we're at the New York session, right? We're coming back to test this area. So I'm just watching kind of how price is playing out because I come in after the test. So I like to see what price is going to show me. So this is the New York open right here, right? So price rapidly, as soon as New York open, what happens? Price rapidly comes out and sweeps this low, right? This last higher low, right? It sweeps and closes lower, right, in this range, but it's still closing above the overall higher time frame on a 15-minute. This is still, you still would be putting your stops in here. If we close below this structure in here, that's when I would say, okay, price is going to the downside. That's why we say trade in probabilities and just watch time frame price action. If you got an EMA, if you got this magical Bollinger Band, whatever these trading tools they tell you that are going to tell you that price is going to turn somewhere, that's not going to tell you anything. You got to watch these candlesticks. That's what price is telling you. So I saw this, right? Price came, cleared it. So then I said, okay, now I'll just wait, be patient. What happened? Right here. As soon as I saw this, price closed above here, right? Closed above resistance, right? So all these people that were selling here, if they sold, and they obviously made some money, but if they didn't close it, if they did not close their trade, now they've probably lost because they've already either put their stops here or they already put their stops like to take them out right here, because they were hoping that it was going to keep going. So what happens? It comes up, shows you that sign, but look, this was the same area, right, that price bounced from and made new highs. So your mindset should be changing. 1 hour, wait, what happens? Wait for the retracement. Boom. This was like 1 hour break of structure, which kind of, this is what put me over the edge to get in. And let me just show you. Bring this over here. Just show you on my page what I was. That was yesterday. Okay. Look at this. I'm saying wait for it.
Told my son. I know perfect timing feels like I'm too late. I know I'm still great in spite of my mistakes.
All right.
My son, we not taking 100
And that's
shots.
me
We
obviously in the
making 100
trade.
shots. That's mindset. That's
All right. Anyways, I was just showing you. This is where I had made a snap, and I was, learning some things online, and I told myself, I'm gonna wait for price to pull back, put a limit here, and I'm gonna expect it to rise, right? So what did price do? Let's watch it. Price dropped. Price dropped right into my zone. Obviously, I had my stops. If you do this, oops. You guys get the picture though. But my stops were behind here. It was like right here. Actually, it was at the 78. I know it was. Because that was the last move down on a 1 minute. And I was getting in at 500. 25, 26, 500. The whole level. Was it 515? Yeah, it was 515. Alright. Anyways. And this is what price did for me. Right? Price is currently right here, right? Ranging. I had a big target, yes. You know. But I am currently at break even on this trade just because of what I saw. Right? The same thing that I taught you guys over here, what was resistance, right? So price can't go up. This is support, right? So everybody is seeing this as support, right? So everybody now, after they saw this big move, they're mad because they missed this, or they're mad because they lost here. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to chase it. I got in on the counter trend, right? The pullback, got back in on this expansion, right? So I feel like I'm good, but at the same time, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm good and I'm not. I'm in an awkward spot in this consolidation because price is just bouncing sideways, and this is not where I want to be. So I took partial profits on the multiple positions I had. If you guys go to my uh, Instagram, you can see I had 3 positions open at one time. So now they have 1 position riding. So I took profit on the other 2, and we're calling it a day. 2-0. Yesterday I had market open. I had a good trade on Euro USD. I didn't trade it or look at it at all today just because I caught that US 30 sale, but I was trading somewhere in this range, but it was actually in here. Yeah, this is, wow, I should have held that position. Oh man, holy cow. Wow. That is some massive movement. Okay, but what I really want to show you guys, we're just going to grab, let's go to here, and let's go GP, AUD. Major pair, USD CAD. Let's just stick with a base major pair for you guys, plain and simple. This is Forex 101, support and resistance. Hope that made sense with you guys on why enter the trade, um, how you guys could have probably profited. But it's all a work. This week starting off has been really good for me. But now it's just to take some time and breathe, because sometimes I feel a lot of the times my losses come when I'm starting off the week hot, or I'm just feeling too overly confident, and do something that's not really within my trading plan, or just taking the time to focus. So I'm definitely gonna, after I make this video, take some time away and just chill out, maybe play some games, hang out with my girl, but just find that detachment away, because this is definitely a marathon sprint. You're gonna get there in time by just putting in the work. um, But very quickly, I'm just going to show you the basics of support and resistance and how you can understand, where, price might turn around and reverse from, you could say. So the first one we're going to say is support. Obviously, if you look at something and you think of support, you would think pretty basic, something that supports you up from falling, or you're standing on a piece of plywood that should support you, right? You always talk about it. So support is just where price just has enough support to be able to just keep going up, right? Every time it touches it, it gives the price to go up, right? Price goes up. And then we have resistance, right? Something that's on top of you. So resistance is a ceiling, you could call it. Something that allows you to not go any higher, right? So if we say resistance, you would just think price would just keep bouncing down, right? Just like that. So it's pretty basic. Support right here keeps price to go up, and resistance keeps price to go down. So when we look at the chart, I kind of already have, these lines here. But if this is on a weekly perspective, so if you looked at the week right now, if I just put this from this high right there at the time, currently that's not the high, right? If you did that, that's one resistance, right? If all we saw at that time was this on a weekly perspective. And I did this. Right, because we see how price came into here, right? We see this candle right here. We see how price kind of had this resistance already, but it turned into support because of why? Because price broke through this resistance, right? See, price came down. There was a resistance at first, right? Came down, came up, broke the resistance, came up. This candle right here came down and touched it, you could say. Or if I put it all the way down here, barely touched it, right? Because I like to put it on top of this because this is where the resistance used to be. And what we say is this resistance has now turned support over here. So then we just hop into a smaller time frame. So this would be your range up the week, right? You're trading in this weekly range. So now you're just looking, you would do it again. This is where price is at. So I'll draw another one. So I see price has a resistance right in here. These lines right here. Something like this. Right, so I'm just looking on this is 12 hours. So now I'm just looking for a price to see what it's going to do within here. Okay, so I'm going to move this up just a little bit. That's my support. This is my resistance, the top of this candle. Okay. So now we got price boxed in here, Okay. Oh, price broke resistance. Okay. And we closed above on the 4 hour. Yep. So if I do this, put it at the top of here, just barely. Just barely. Oh, yep. Just barely. So what's probably going to happen, let me just make a presumption and just say it might pull up and might pull back down to test this area. But who knows? I might hop on a lower time frame. Yep. Did that same thing that we want. If I go to the 1 hour, we'll see it probably clear. Yep. Tested this. What happened here? If I go across here, if I look at this resistance that's just been going on right here, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, what happens over here? 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, boom, took him out and came down to test this last lower or higher low, right, in the range before this expansion. I just want to see something. Close. This is structure. Yep. I want to see if price can come down. Okay. This is just, I want to see if this works. Okay, price is going, price is going. What's price doing? Price just made another high. So what do? Now we correct ourselves. We go to here. We go to here. And we just wait for price to keep printing for us. Okay. You see how the markets we say are fractal? Fractal, any, it's just mind-boggling. The markets are 10% buying, 10% waiting, and 80% wait, I'm sorry, 10% buying, 10% selling, and 80% waiting. Trading is a game of transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient. Let me say that again. Trading is the transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient. So if you aren't, you see how I marked that first area, price never gave it to me, and price just left. But what did price do? Price came back for me, right? Price came back for me here. Obviously, I like to buy somewhere down in here, but I'm gonna watch price action. And if I go, this is a 1 hour, so probably on the 1 hour, or if I drop down to a lower time frame, I'm gonna see these break of structures that I was showing you on my trade that I got in on the Dow Jones. But what I was showing you here was this resistance here, the 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, boom, broke, tested this last higher low before the expansion. I put my fibs to see where the retracement would happen, right? And you just follow it and follow it and follow it, right? Price came to what? This last higher low, right? It's coming to test this area, in this area right here. This high right here, it's coming. What happens? Boom. That's where you get in. You'd enter a long position, buying it to 50%. Me personally, I'm putting my stops below the low, about a 25 pip risk, 25 points, you could say. I'm targeting these highs in here already, or I could target this in this imbalance in this area, but really I'd be targeting right here, this down move before the up move right here, because this is where you could see some manipulation happen before this expansion. So already we have a 1 to 3, so I'm risking 1% to gain 3%, actually 3.13%. And as you can see, that target was achieved realistically. Takes time. Ooh, barely. See, this is when you know. But for me, I would already had my stops at break even after I'm up 10 points. So right in here, I would already been up stops at break even to see if I could achieve this target, because I already hit right here my 21, my 27, my 41, and my 61 both got hit. So really, I'm already deep into profit where I'd be secure. So me just letting this, I didn't even know this price action was happening. I'm just playing how I was guessing. So it rolled back over, but it's testing down here. So what is price doing now? Right, we made a high, came down, made a lower high, price broke support, right? Or broke structure right in here. Structure has been broken. All right. Why is it not drawing for me? I think it's because of this. Yeah. It's broke structure right in here. I really don't know why it doesn't want to draw. Alright. Let's see if this works. It's crazy. What's going on? There you go. Price broke structure right here. Realistically, I'd be wanting to get in on the counter trend. Price broke this low as well. So when price broke this low, alright, when price closed here, I would have been looking for it to come back up in here to short it, but it didn't. See, this is where I would want price to pull back. So price still didn't pull back in with even in this consolidation, didn't pop up high enough, so I wouldn't have even entered on this trade. It would have been too risky. Not enough. As you can see, price is just, falling, doing what it's gonna do. Smash its take profit levels 1, 2, and 3. But I'm not trying to confuse you guys. It's plain and simple. The market does things over and over and over again. So once again, you have your resistance, you have your support. I don't know why my computer wants to be so laggy. You got your support, resistance, support, resistance. Whenever a support is broke, wait to see for price to come up back into your area and then give you evidence that price wants to continue to go down lower. If your resistance is broke, wait for something like this and then get in right here to go up higher. It's the same concepts, but people that like this gold. What is happening to gold right now? We're at all-time new highs right now. People see this right now, right? This is why I haven't bought gold, because I'm already late to the party. I was trying to buy down in here, didn't really work out for me. Tried buying in here, didn't work out for me, just because gold is just so choppy. If I go to a smaller time frame, you got all these wicks that just come out of nowhere and just hurt you. Just want to stop you out because they don't want everybody to win. But it's just, this is overbought right now. So personally, what are you supposed to do? You sell high, right? So you sell high and you buy low, right? That's what we're taught, right? So why would somebody want to be buying right now up in here? So they're obviously going to push price down for a little bit, maybe into here, and then buy price back up. So me, for gold, I kind of see this resistance and this support right now. So I'd like to see price peel down a little bit, come back into this area, maybe this imbalance down low in the 1900 ranges before we push back up. But we're gonna, so I'm back to USD CAD. We're on this 1 hour. This is live currently, price action. So what do I see on USD CAD? I do see that, probably 1 hour, 4 hour are both bearish, obviously, because we're in a bearish trend. Yes, extremely bearish. What have we done? We've just broke the support. Whenever that thing loads up, I think it's because of this streaming software that Slows down my Mac. I got an older Mac. It's time to upgrade. I need to keep gaining these pips and gonna buy me a brand new Mac. But slow and steady wins the race. Anyway, so what happened here? I can already see it tested. So we had this fast impulsive move right here, right, to the downside that broke this whole support, right? This was what holding all this price up. It broke right here, came back up, tested this candle, which was an imbalance candle. I bet you if I measured it out, and I'll measure it out just for you guys, just to show you how crazy this is. This is on the 4-hour too, so 50% equilibrium, like I talked in my last videos over again. Obviously we're shorting because we're in a very, very, I would already put it up at the wick. And now what I'd be targeting are these lows. So right now, we already had a 1 to 5. If you were already just most times I'm targeting structure first. So really structure would have been right here. This is the last lower high before, this expansion up, before creating higher lows and higher highs. So I'm wanting it to test here. Obviously we already achieved that 1 to 4. Now obviously I'm probably looking for this wick to get filled, which is probably going to fill it within this trading day, and that is on a 4-hour time frame, people. And if you can't understand that anybody can make money at any time, then you really need to change your perspective. It just takes time to train your eyes to see this. But once you train your eyes to see this, it just becomes easier. And by no means am I saying this is easy for me, because some days I sit here and I'm like, what is going on? But those are the times that it's fun, because you learn something new, you understand the markets are changing, you have to adapt very quickly, just to different situations within any time. So obviously we saw this, we made a lower high, we made a lower low. So right here in this trading range, you probably could have got a re-entry somewhere in here. Yep, smack that right there. So I'm starting, like I've already said, I always look anything above 50%, right? So I wouldn't have taken this, because obviously you wait till you find till the break of structure. So price broke structure, right? Broke structure right here, right? So this would be my lower low. And so I'm looking for the retracement to make a new lower low. So I would have put my fibs from top to bottom, wait for the pullback, realistically anywhere above 50%, but 70 and 78 are hot zones, really, because that's an extremely discounted price. As you could see, you could have stacked another position here if you would have even got in at the 50%. Same stop above this high right here. That's a very high risk right there, 60 pips, but you're still targeting the same area, which realistically, that to me wouldn't be very suffice, because I'm not going to risk 60 pips. That's a huge stop loss. So that's when you play price action. So let's break this down using support and resistance. So if I see this was my low and that was my high, right? So then I drew my retracement, and I'm seeing this trend right here, right? We broke structure. Look at that, right? So you see this, right? This is your low, right in here, right? Price came up, broke here, but it's trading in here. And so right now, this right here is your lower high at the current moment, right? Because after it did this, what did it do here? It broke here, closed here. From here, we came back up, closed below here, and made a new low. Already after here, really, because you're in a bearish movement, you're already in going down in price. So if price is showing you this very fast evidence, this one candlestick that's just ripping down, especially on a 30-minute, that's strong. And then you come back on the pullback again and it closes below your last two lower highs, you're getting in, especially 61.8 after you've already tested the 70. So what I would have done, obviously, like I've said, trading is a game of risk and probability. I would have taken it here, my stop above here. See, now I have cut it from 66 points to 13 points risk. That's how you cut down your risk. And now I'm going to target the same areas, right? I'm targeting the same area that I want to, right? That first one. And now I'm only risking 1%, right? To gain 8%. 1% risk to gain 8%, right? And right now, I've already achieved, I think that's 5%, or no, I've achieved 6%. So I just know in timing and everything, everything is gonna work out. Like, just play things support and resistance, basic. Price never broke this resistance, right? But we can see that everything was respected within your ranges. You made your high and you made your low, so this is your range, right? You trace it out and you watch to see what price action is going to give you. This right here, this move when it shot up, that was the beginning of London open. So London and New York sessions are the biggest times for people, right? So what happened here? They gave you another opportunity. So this was London session in here. It made the low, it pulled back, gave you a second entry for the New York people, the people that were trading during the day, because New York, everybody in the US is sleeping during this time, right? So they gave people some profits, but price pulled back, but still closed below here. So sometimes London session is a good time to be trading because you can have a really good position and hold it all the way through the New York session and really add another position like we talked about over here, like we did. Realistically, we could have had this one position that we already had, a second one, and a third one. So that's the beauty of the markets and understanding where and when to get in and when just to sit sometimes and just observe. Just like I talked about up there, how I wanted another position, but it didn't come to my area, so I waited for another one. But that's just, I hope that helps for some people to be able to see this. I know I kind of ramble and kind of go everywhere, so I'm trying to really gather my thoughts and explain what I know, but this is a work in progress. If you guys can smash that like button for your boy, comment in the comment box what you guys want to see sometime, any kind of pairs, anything you guys want me to make a video on. I hope this gives you kind of just an understanding of support and resistance and how you guys can use it to analyze the markets to see, and kind of predict where, price wants to push to. But with that being said, y'all be easy, sending peace, love, and positivity to you. And peace out.